guys, it's Carissa. It has been so long since I've made a video. I really need to catch up here. I have felt overwhelmed about recording a video because there's just so much to say, but I realize the longer that I wait to make a video, the more I have to say and the more overwhelming it's gonna be. So I need to just make a video. I am currently 21 weeks pregnant, and I wanted to catch you up on the first trimester and kind of all the things that when you're trying to conceive, you just have a concept of what you think it is all about when you get pregnant and what these symptoms are like. And I am hoping to shed some light on what these things are actually like, because I have searched day and night for videos that are like, when I was trying to conceive, I thought it was this, but now that I'm pregnant, this is what it actually is like. So I wanted to share some things like that with you guys too. I do want to apologize, and I always am like, I hate it when people apologize for not making videos, but it has been a really long time, and I've been kind of, just to be honest with you, I've been kind of going back and forth with myself. I originally started making these videos because, you know, I want to be an inspiration to others and share my education and my knowledge about trying to conceive and kind of my journey to, you know, like I said, inspire others. But I never really thought or imagined that I would make videos that would be like pregnancy updates and like, this is my life now. And I don't know, as though I don't know, that was not my main intention in making videos. So I've been kind of going back and forth with myself about, you know, making videos. And once I posted my positive pregnancy test video, I have gotten like 300 more subscribers. So it's obvious that people want to see these videos. Also, you know, I've gotten a lot of requests for different types of videos, and I have people from out of town that want to, you know, see what's going on because they don't get to see us all year long, and this is kind of their way to get a personal touch on what's going on with us. And I just kind of think to myself, it inspires me when I watch people's journeys after they get pregnant and after they have a child, when they've been trying to conceive for so long. I love watching their videos and seeing where they are and that they're happy now. It was so inspiring to me when I was trying to conceive. So I have decided that I am going to continue making videos, but I was a little bit torn for a while, so that was another reason for the reason I went MIA. So with that in mind, I have a list of things that I want to talk to you guys about, and just kind of my symptoms of being pregnant and what it's been like so far, and just my thoughts on the whole subject and just sharing how it's been for me. So let's get started. Okay, so I have my little handy dandy sheet of notes in case I forget things. So the first thing that I have on my list is the pregnancy test in the beginning. So that was a total shocker to me. It's a totally different experience from when you have a pregnancy test that has 2 lines to one that says pregnant. And I think even though I had a feeling I was pregnant, I think that was a huge part of the shock, was seeing the word pregnant. It's just something that you never see, and it's, you know, you're always like trying to play the guessing game, trying to figure out, is there a line? Is there not a line? Is there a line? Tell me there's a line, you know, and then there's totally not a line. So with a digital one that says pregnant, it is just like mind blown. It's so crazy because it's really odd, because I know the feeling of the difference when there is no line and you're searching for a line, and when it says not pregnant. When it says not pregnant, that is like devastating. So it is quite the opposite when you see the words pregnant. And I watched my video back about when I saw the positive pregnancy test, and I was a little surprised that my reaction was so like, oh my gosh, you know, I was in so much shock. But really seeing the words pregnant, it is completely different. So I wanted to fill you in on that. The next thing I have is forgetting that you're pregnant. In the very beginning, even though you've been waiting forever, you forget that you're pregnant, you forget that you shouldn't eat stuff, you sign up to go like jogging with your friend, and then you're like, oh, I shouldn't be jogging. Like everything really changes in an instant, so it makes you really think. And symptoms. So first I want to no, next I want to talk about miscarriage. So something kind of on a serious note, miscarriage kind of ruins when you tell people that you're pregnant. So you finally get pregnant, you don't know if it's gonna work out, you don't know if it's gonna last, but it's really not like the time when I don't know, the first time that we told everyone that we're pregnant is like, yay, life has changed, this huge burden has been lifted, and congratulations, after years of you asking me when you're gonna have a grandchild, I now get to deliver the news that we're pregnant and you have a grandbaby on the way, or you have a niece or a nephew on the way, or, it's really life-changing and so cool to be able to share that news. And when you lose it, obviously it's really hard to tell people about it, but after that, this last time, that we told people that we're pregnant, it was kind of crappy. Like, not on their end. They were super excited about it, but it really hurt my heart to have to be like, yay, we're pregnant, but, don't tell anybody, and don't get super excited yet, because, we don't know if this one's gonna last or if it's gonna be like the last 3 that miscarry, so it's, it kind of ruins it, and it really made me sad when we, went and told our family and our friends we're pregnant, but, it's like this, yay, but, so for those of you who have had miscarriages, know that might be coming when you finally do get pregnant and it does stick, or even if it doesn't stick, just know that after you've told everyone, even just your parents, that you're pregnant and you lose the baby, going to say it again, it's not as joyous as you would hope. Yeah, it's not as joyous as you would hope it would be. It's not like the first time. It's kind of a downer, and that makes me sad that miscarriage kind of ruins that. But it just is what it is, I guess, and I just remember to look at the bright side that we got to share the news that we are pregnant, because I know that some people will never get the opportunity to share that, even though there, was a but, involved. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Symptoms for the first time. Crazy. So it's kind of what you imagine it will be, and then it's what it actually is. So when you're trying to conceive and you've never been pregnant before, you make up in your mind, or you try to understand when people say morning sickness or exhaustion or your boobs are gonna hurt really bad. You just imagine what these things are going to be like, and I can tell you, for me, it was very different from what I imagined. So morning sickness, it's pretty miserable. It's pretty miserable. It's like being nauseous all day long, and everything you smell or eat, it's just really, it makes you sick, and whether you vomit or not, you're just really sick feeling all day long, and it's not you don't really want to, it's like when you have a cold or something, or you have the flu, you feel sick all the time, and it's not really a fun, enjoyable feeling like, hey, let's get together with our friends on Thursday and cook them dinner. It's like, I have the flu, I'm sick. So you really don't feel as up to going out and doing things. It really is a big downer, but it's something to be extremely grateful for, because every time, I feel nauseous, every day that I feel sick, every day that my boobs hurt, every day that you have these terrible symptoms, I just was like, yay, I'm sick today. I have more HCG in my system. I was more sick this week than I was last week. So, but it's just a different type of mindset. Exhaustion. So my husband didn't understand the exhaustion side of it. The best way that I could describe to him the exhaustion is, I said, well, imagine you get up early in the morning, you go through a normal day, you go to work for 8-10 hours a day, and at the end of your day, you are just like so exhausted. So for a pregnant woman, imagine starting your day that way. That feeling that you have when you have worked an entire day and you are totally exhausted, imagine starting your day with that feeling. It is really crazy. You just really feel really exhausted. And obviously you can't drink energy drinks, you can't drink coffee to wake yourself up. You just try to get as much sleep as you can, which you sleep whether you want to or not. You will fall asleep during conversations. It's interesting. But exhaustion is real. And for me, it didn't go away until like week 19. So it can still go into your second trimester as well. And so can morning sickness. Next, I want to talk about cravings. Okay, so cravings, I imagine it's kind of the same as when you have cravings, just normal cravings. It's like you watch a commercial or you see a billboard somewhere, or you just, your friend says, oh, I'm eating a cupcake on Facebook or something. You're like, oh, cupcakes, but it's totally different. It's totally different. When you're not pregnant, you have more of a control over yourself, over your emotions, over your state of mind. You just have more control. And when you're pregnant, when you see something and you really, really want it, it's like all you can think about. It's like, I have to have this. And you try to be like, oh no, dude, you do not need Oreos right now. It is, 7 a.m. in the morning. You do not need Oreos. And you're like, I really need Oreos. And your mind is just freaking out. And it's like hugely intensified. Obviously, because your hormones are going crazy, but you gotta have it. And if you don't have it, it's gonna be a really big deal. So, and you just need a tiny bit. You really don't need a whole bag of something. You really don't need the full, whatever that you want. You just need that taste, the taste, and it will drive you crazy, insane crazy, until you just have that taste. So that is what that symptom is like. Cravings are interesting, very interesting. A lot of your logical thinking goes right out the door. So the next thing is your boobs. When your boobs hurt, they hurt really bad, and I mean really bad. Like when you hug people, it's like, ugh, ouch, and it's crazy because it's not just, oh kitty, oh kitty, oh. So cute. Her name's Belle. Is her kitty? Yeah, good girl. So cute. Anyways, it hurts to like give hugs and get hugs, and it's just the pressing up against you. Obviously, if you're a huggy person, you just naturally hug everybody, and you go to hug them and give them a real nice hug, and then it's like, oh, oops, I forgot. Like, oh, don't squeeze me so hard, and you just cringe a little bit, and and the hug is over. But man, your boobs will throb after that. If you give somebody too tight of a hug, or they give you too tight of a hug, that's some major pain right there. I can promise you. Also, when people say that your boobs will start growing, this is kind of nuts for me, but my boobs have grown 4 sizes. I was at a double D. I am now at I passed E, F, G, and I'm currently at an H. So I went to go to the maternity stores, and they're like growing like crazy within the first couple of weeks. It was probably between weeks 8 and 12. So between month 2 and 3, they just grew like crazy. None of my bras fit anymore. I was like overflowing out of the top of them. I would put on a tight-fitting shirt or something, and you could tell they're just like, coming out over here and coming out on the top. It was just, it looked really bad. So it's kind of like when somebody's wearing pants too tight and they have like this muffin top going on, and it's like, if you just wore the size you should be wearing, you wouldn't be having muffin top problems. So it was kind of the same with your boobs. My boobs were just like overflowing out of everything. So I went to go look for bras at maternity stores, and the highest that they go to is a letter F. So I need not a G, but an H. And so I'm not able to buy like maternity bras. I had to go buy like $70 bras because it's so small around. I'm a 34 round and I'm a H cup size. So that was a huge challenge. I did not expect, but that was one of my biggest challenges, was finding just a bra that would fit. So finally I did, and I was told that they will just keep growing bigger and bigger, and once I get milk in, they'll grow a couple more sizes. So that scares me to death, but if that's the worst that it gets for being pregnant and having this little tiny baby, I'm so blessed. I'll deal with all the struggle. Let me see, what else is on my list here?